The Integra name first emerged in 1969. It was the badge that Onkyo, Integra's parent company, put on their new top-of-the-line 701 integrated amplifier. The badge was Onkyo's way of signifying that this amp was at the pinnacle of their company's technology. Now, in 1999, Integra launched as a standalone brand and quickly became an industry favorite. Since then, they have always stayed true to their philosophy, using Onkyo's prowess to create products that include the latest technology combined with premium parts and build quality. Now, today we're going to take you through the DRX-2.3, the DRX-3.3, the DRX-4.3, and finally the DRX-5.3. Now, let's get started. First, I'll discuss some of the similarities between these models, and then I'll break them down, each model individually, and point out some of the features and benefits that you get as you move up the line. While some brands in the home theater space force you to choose between features and performance in the lower price ranges, Integra goes above and beyond. There are actually quite a few similarities between the four models in terms of features, and none of them skimp on sound. All four models have very large power supplies with high current capability. This means that they can perform very well even in demanding action scenes without getting edgy or losing that sense of impact we're all looking for. Each uses discrete output devices, just like the best separate power amps on the market. Integra's proprietary room equalization system, known as AccuEQ, is available on all four of these models. This measures your room using an included microphone, and then it adjusts for EQ, levels, distance, and crossover frequencies. This EQ system can greatly improve the sound in most rooms. Processing for all of the latest surround sound formats are available on all of these models. They can do Dolby Atmos, Dolby True HD, DTS:X, and HD Master Audio. They also all support Dolby Vision, and they have the very latest chips for 4K HDR. All four models support the latest HDCP 2.3 HDMI technology. So if you do have a brand new 4K TV with HDR or high dynamic range, you'll be able to take advantage of it. While I feel it's a lot better to use actual Dolby Atmos height speakers, if you just don't have a way to install them, the Integra receivers have a virtual height speaker feature that will synthesize the height effects for you. The result is not as good to our ears as using actual speakers, but you do get a sense of upper effects, which is pretty cool. Even the entry-level DRX 2.3 uses some of the best DAC chips out there, and they're capable of 384 32-bit audio. In layman terms, this means they can decode just about any high-res audio file you might find. These not only allow you to enjoy high-res audio, but everything you listen to will sound better. DACs are a critical part of any modern receiver, and we love the fact that Integra used some of the best for these receivers. When you go to set up your system, all four receivers give you the ability to cross over your speakers in 10 Hz increments from as low as 40 Hz all the way up to 200 Hz. Many receivers just give you a large, small setting, which puts you at 80 Hz or full range. We find when speakers are mounted in cabinets, especially center channel speakers, the cabinet will resonate. Using the fine-tuning available in the Integras, we're usually able to cross over the speaker just above that resonant point and greatly improve the clarity of the center channel for dialogue. If you enjoy listening to vinyl, each of these models also has a built-in phono stage capable of handling moving magnet cartridges. For those of you who prefer apps to handheld remotes, Integra has a great app for both Apple and Android. This app can also serve up high-res music files to your Integra receiver. The Sonos music streamers and players are the world's most popular, so if you connect up a Sonos port to one of these Integra receivers, you'll be able to seamlessly integrate the receiver into your Sonos music ecosystem. The Integras are loaded with nearly every option you can think of for music streaming, including Bluetooth, Google, Chromecast, Apple AirPlay 2, DLNA network streaming, Amazon Music, Deezer, Spotify, and TuneIn. And if that's not enough, they all come with DTS Play-Fi built-in, which supports just about every music app we know of, including our two high-res favorites, Qobuz and Tidal. That's a ton of features that all these models share. Now let's have a look at the differences. The DRX 2.3 is rated at 80 watts per channel. It has 7 powered channels on board, which gives you some great options for surround sound. Our recommended one would be to go with 5.1.2, which would get you into Dolby Atmos, but you can also set it up for basic 5.1 or 7.1. For connectivity, the DRX 2.3 has 6 HDMI inputs with both the main and Zone 2 HDMI out, 4 analog on the rear with an additional on the front, and 2 digital inputs, more than enough for most systems. Don't forget that is also including a built-in phono stage. If you're interested in connecting a pair of speakers in another room, the DRX 2.3 has a powered Zone 2 feature. It allows you to send a feed through the receiver from any network source or any of the analog inputs. For most systems, if you care about great sound and you want to get into the world of streaming music, the DRX 2.3 would be a really great choice. It really gives you great audio performance for well under $1,000, and it should last for many years. Okay, jumping up to the DRX 3.3 gets you 90 watts per channel and a bit beefier power amp section in the same size chassis. The DRX 3.3 gives you 2 more power channels that can also be used for several combinations of either, all for immersive home theater or split out to drive more audio zones. It also adds preamp out for Zone 2 should you use all 9 onboard channels for your home theater. Now you get an extra HDMI input for a total of 7. The HDMI input is found on the front panel, which will really come in handy for plugging in a laptop or any device you don't want to use all the time. Integra adds 2 more analog inputs on the rear for a total of 6, plus the built-in phono input. Zone 2 playback is set up the same way as the DRX 2.3, and Zone 3 will play analog sources only. Now, the Accu EQ is upgraded to their advanced version, which will do a better job of finding and reducing standing wave acoustic problems in your home theater room. Now, when you move up from the DRX 3.3 to the DRX 4.3, the upgrade is all about better audio quality and some Zone 2 and 3 enhancements. Integra is focused on making the DRX 4.3 sound better and have the ability to drive more difficult speaker loads with ease. While it has the same number of channels as the DRX 3.3, the DRX 4.3 weighs in at about 15% more due to the more massive power supply. You'll get bigger filter caps also connected with the solid copper bus bars for more current capability. The DRX 4.3 is rated at 100 watts per channel. We love the fact that while it has the same number of powered channels as the DRX 3.3, it adds onboard processing for 11.2 channels and gives you the full preamp outputs for all the channels. This means you could later add a small stereo power amp to go all the way up to immersive 7.2.4 Dolby Atmos surround sound. The number of inputs are the same as the DRX 3.3, but Integra adds DACs for Zone 2 and Zone 3, which means you can send HDMI and digital sources out to those zones in sync with your main zone. If you have fairly easy to drive speakers and do not plan to go beyond a 9-channel home theater, the DRX 3.3 may be the better value for you. However, if you want your speakers to really come to life and you want some options for future expansion, the DRX 4.3 gives you that along with better sound. Now, if you were to compare the features, inputs, and outputs of the DRX 4.3 against the DRX 5.3, you would find they are pretty much identical. So why is the DRX 5.3 much larger physically and weighs over 6 pounds more than the DRX 4.3? Better sound. Pure and simple. Integra not only beefed up the amplifier section of the DRX 5.3 to deliver not only more power with a real-world rating of 120 watts per channel, they also used much better component parts. Most of the weight that puts it at a whopping 31 pounds for a home theater receiver comes from the massive power supply. If you want a true cinematic experience at home, the DRX 5.3 will be much more dynamic and offer you far more impact, especially when watching demanding action films. The extra dollars over the DRX 4.3 goes entirely to the sound, just the way we like it. Integra makes some of the very best home theater receivers on the market, so you should feel confident that you're getting a great piece of gear no matter which model you choose. Selecting the right receiver is really about what is most important to you and how you'll be using the system. Now, if you've watched this entire video and you're still having some trouble deciding, please feel free to email us, give us a call, chat with us on our website, or just drop by one of our award-winning showrooms. We would be more than happy to help you find the perfect Integra home theater receiver to meet your unique needs. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please be sure to give it a like, and also be sure to check out our playlist section on our YouTube channel to easily find all of the content you're looking for. And we'll see you next time.